Looks like tonight's going to be quite busy. They might pack the whole parking lot. There's, I think, a concert going on. They might have shut down the street. Hearing a lot of music being played. It sounds live. This is an empty parking lot. All right, 9 miles south of Kingsley. All right, I'm parked on this road in an isolated area. Maybe it would be best to check the center. Ooh, something was in the tree and it looked large. It disappeared though. Yeah, it looks better to be in the center. That way I'd be in the split more than on the road at least. I don't know how busy it gets here. It looks like it gets kind of busy. Something made some noise. Pretty deep in the country. Very good chance that there's large animals around here. Alright, so I moved it over to the split here. That, people can move around me. This is the wider, any large vehicle, and I don't think you're gonna have semi trucks go through. Oh, and they even announce that there's a trailhead, but oh my God. I don't know about going on 1.1 miles. This is what showed up, but the marker on Google wasn't here. Yeah, it was a mile down. No, thank you, because I gotta to continue to Walmart. I gotta go down this road. More of this challenging road. This is a great exercise. I'm really doing it a lot more now. I'm actually able to jump now. I cheat a little. Yeah, that's a great little exercise. Right in place. And I can look. Make sure nobody yeah. In Natchitoches, Louisiana, I question who didn't change their report after they saw I had a YouTube channel. I can't believe how much I'm pigging out. I had like a 3-pound bag of cherries and I don't know, just peanuts and crushing things in my mortar and pestle. I want popcorn. My stomach feels full, but I just want to keep eating. It's crazy. I can't sit down any longer because of the fullness. I think the squatting lunge exercises is increasing my appetite more. All right, so after popping some popcorn here, I want to grind up what do I have here? Chives, dill, parsley. Chives, dill, parsley. Grind them up, and they stick a little bit better in the popcorn. when they're ground up. Definitely not, don't do so well in their whole form. So a couple cars came down in here and parked within visibility range. I haven't really walked down here, but since I could see them down here, it's got me curious if this is just a short trail or what. I want to take a look at see how far in it goes. Alright, I can't see my car anymore. They were parked in this little turnout area, so I didn't know this existed. I don't think I want to drive my car any further in. As few cars pass by where I'm at, I can handle it. It's better than being in the city still. I'm pretty sure that the trail, or the drive part of this trail, comes to an end. But Garmin says that I could go all the way to the river. Google doesn't recognize that anymore. It does look pretty drivable. I don't really, it's, only for one car, wide enough. And there's tracks. But the way the tracks look, it seems more like off-road vehicles go down this way. But this, even though it can be driven on, this is a pretty peaceful area. The chances of vehicles coming through here are pretty low because we're a number of miles away from any small towns, very far away from big cities, so nobody just wanders out here. But then I see stuff like this. Now this wouldn't be unusual. He's in a city, but it feels like this is kind of a remote area until I see the warning about a buried cable in the middle of a forest. That's kind of rare to see, as remote as it feels. I'm seeing a lot more wintergreen around the forest areas and around these forests. It is very numerous. I just chew on a leaf and that's nice taste. Just one leaf. I think it loses its taste when it dries. It's kind of very, very volatile. Ever since I got that parking ticket in Rice Lake, Wisconsin back in like 2014, 2015, the cops said I stayed more than 24 hours and I was based after a snowfall and the snow was still on my car and they just use that as a time measurement. I'm paranoid. I've become paranoid about just keeping my car cleaned off. Having all these pine needles on my car give the impression that I've been sitting here a long time. Okay, cops see it, people see it. Something I didn't think about in my late 30s. I didn't think about. There's things you just don't think about. So now I think about it a lot. And I got a lot of pine needles I want off in case somebody comes by and sees this car. If they see all those pine needles, they'll be thinking I've been here a long time. If I had ChatGPT to analyze the videos from Natchitoches of the librarians who were getting interviewed by the police, man, I could only watch those videos in the courthouse one time, and I took the time to write down word for word everything that was said. It took a long time, and I had the city marshal watching me close over my shoulder the whole time as I was writing and watching. I didn't even have ability to control the video. It had to be a court clerk, so it was two people in there with me. The court clerk had to control the playing of the video, the stopping, so I could watch it or write down what I saw, and then the playing. And if I could have taken those words and put them into ChatGPT to form questions, I would have had a much better trial. Everything could have been better. At this phase, 2 years ago, 2022, January 2022, the AI was not there. Okay, there was just I would have gotten bad results, if any results. I don't even know if it existed. But now I'm so confident that I could I could have put in that dialogue and asked questions and said, hey, you know, ChatGPT, can you make cross-examination questions for me? All right, that would have been instant. And I would have been a lot more prepared for my trial with questions. I was getting help. All I could do back in January, way back in January 2022, was just beg people to help me. And you know, I couldn't really find a lawyer, but now I just input everything in the ChatGPT and let it assist me. It's assisting me, and it's like having a scholar assist me. It's a lot more helpful. When I go into remote areas, I can play little games now, burying my trash. There's a lot of spots I could just dig a little hole, throw the trash in, and cover it up. And this makes it a lot easier. So it's kind of interesting. So I don't like carrying extra weights anyway, if I don't need to, if it's trash. All right, I believe it's a mile to the river. I decided to bicycle from where I'm parked a mile in to that trailhead or the river out of curiosity. Whoa, black squirrel. I saw a deer, but yeah, not too many people are coming around these parts. I don't see it's great for driving on here. Yeah, like here, my car doesn't do good in this. I can bicycle it though. Just want to take a peek, just a mile. All right, looks like I made it to the trailhead. No river. Not quite sure where. I think I'd go down this way. Somebody had a wet trailer. They were dripping around my car. So maybe I'll just go a little bit to take a peek, closer peek. Yeah, lots of turns. I don't want to make any special turns, but that's probably for deforesting. Very sandy. Ooh, sandy deal here. I think this next curve I'll just look, and if it's nothing, then I'll go back. Okay, I see a shelter of some kind. Somebody's living out here. Uh-oh. Dead end at the private property. And they got a lot of, there's no shortage of owned dogs. Wow, no shortage of signs. Okay, so I'm learning bicycling down here that if I try to sleep where I'm at tonight, there's probably somebody who's come through here. Oh, they got the dog toy. They got dogs. Government personnel, keep out, do not disturb. Gate shuts. Okay, lots of warnings. And this person is probably passed by my car, and they're probably wary of it. So that's a concern. That tells me that trying to sleep here tonight is probably not a good idea. What? New York to North Dakota? Really? All right. I think this way kind of goes to the river a little bit sooner. The way the river maybe bends, I might be able to actually see it. The map is fuzzy, but I get the impression the river would be easier to reach just going straight that way. Yeah, coming back to this trailhead sign, it's saying trailhead is this way. Like, people appear to be driving, so it's not exactly a trail. I don't know if I want to go all the way in. Maybe a little bit. Grab some rocks. It should like meet up with the river somewhere. I mean, the map is a little fuzzy. Black squirrel. Black squirrels are just seem more common than gray squirrels. Oh, there's a little seating bench. This is it. Nobody else is here. Ooh. Yep, all right, end of the line. Trail goes that way, okay. Tow line trailhead. All right, and I'm guessing that I'm gonna see the river. I got a plank, an overlook, seated, okay. Quite a drop down below for the river. Fairly wide, fairly large looking, very sandy all around. I don't think I want to climb down there. It's pretty steep. Without its walking stick, it's not as much fun. 2 walking sticks would be really fun. Neat scenic view. Oh, there's a boat. Oh my God. Is there a boat launch around? All right. Somebody's fishing. Pretty neat. A mile in. All right, that was a short little exploration. All right, something weird could always happen, but I've been cooking in this car for years and nothing weird ever does happen. Worst that happens is just stops working. It just runs out of gas. That's about the worst that happens. It's been 20 minutes cooking chicken and various crushed things. Yep, steaming good. 20 minutes, I'll just stop it. Let it cool down, I guess. Have a look. Good enough. So it takes a little time and effort, but I can crush dates right in here. Don't need to cut them up or anything. Whole dates without the seeds though. They have to be pitted. Mix them with the peanuts. I have to be so careful because often, especially with this style of a pestle, I smack the side and it produces a smell. There's no sparks, but it does some kind of, it releases something into the air that smells like it's burnt. Every so often, I'll hit it, and I got to make sure that I'm hitting better in the center, going easy on the edges, so I can smack in the center more when the peanuts get to this point. And then be careful about the center too. Alright, the way I look at bowl cleaning is that it's essential to clean the center. First of all, it's important to use metal, okay? And then the most ideal bowl would be copper, silver, or gold, but I don't have any of those. I would like it, but that's number one. Have the right metal that can kill bacteria. And then when you're cleaning it, well, I'm using vinegar and killing the bacteria, 80% kill rates. I focus on the center. That's the most important. That's the part where that can get moisture, can linger a lot longer. So I make sure to always go for the center first, and then if I have enough liquid, enough water, enough vinegar, then I'll get the sides a little bit more. But if I miss some spots on the sides, I think it's okay, because that's the area where everything dries out a lot more because all the water goes to the center, and I think it's less likely to have bacteria form on the upper sides as they get higher, because the water's falling down, so it dries out. Everything up on top dries out a lot quicker. Alright, I smashed my carrots that I cooked with my chicken yesterday in with the shredded wheat, and I'm getting these chunks that are kind of stiff. I chewed on them and they taste good. It's just they kind of hold in the moisture when they get stiff like that. Carrots and shredded wheat. So where I'm parked, I'm smelling a ton of pollution now. I hear the heavy machinery. They got some kind of permanent setup. But even over here, I'm smelling it. There's nowhere safe to get away from that pollution. It's really strong this morning. The winds are not in my favor. Alright, I've chosen to go to the sheriff's office to ask some questions. Yes, this is where I crossed. So busy. Alrighty, go. I've really been preferring using the knife to break the eggshells rather than breaking the eggs on the side of the bowl. Use the sharp end of the knife and just smack into it. It's not always perfect, but it's pretty decent. Nice little tool to use, a serrated edge knife. Cuts right in. I want to put 6 eggs in the bowl. I got flour in here. I want to mix it all together. And I've been mixing with a fork, but man, I'd be very interested in a whisk. I'd like to look for a whisk and see how that feels. And I want to wipe my knife. Doesn't need to be perfectly clean. I just want to say it's a little difficult dealing with the darkness, the early morning darkness, because I want to cook right now. It's 7 a.m. I want to cook, but I can't because it's just a little too dark right now. I want to cook some eggs, and that takes some uh, intensive attention, and I got too many dark spaces in here. I don't want to light up my car. I don't know. I feel that might draw too much attention to me. I'd rather cook in the daylight. So I guess the sun regulates my eating schedule a lot. All right, so this library might be closed. Yep, it's saying it's closed. Oh, because it's not quite 11. All right. Who's Yeah, I'm looking at this state police, and they might not have like a door for customers. Yeah, that don't look like anything. You don't just let yourself in. There's no, yeah, it's all locked. All right. This is a little bit longer. So my car is over there at the library, and I'm going for a little bit of a walk. I'm trying to find somewhere I could park overnight. Ace, I haven't really had problems with, so it makes me curious. Ace Hardware makes me curious. I'm gonna walk around a little bit at 6 p.m. in Reedsville or something. Ace, I have tried to use a bathroom once. They do not provide bathrooms. I don't expect that from them. But they close at 6. It's kind of a small town. I guess it's kind of early. Wow, alright. And walking around, I see this whole area is abandoned. It looks like it used to be maybe no, it's a store. No, it couldn't have been a store. It's for sale, this fenced in area. Huh. And they removed all the, oh wow, they actually split the buildings. I was expecting it to not to be split. Yeah, I'm just walking around and trying to get a feel for what it might be like to sleep overnight here. In between housing and stores is kind of nice. I don't know about this though. I don't think I could just park on the side of the street here. It does have quite a few cars though. 25. There's no regulation about parking on the side of the street. And it does come to a dead end practically. I could park on the side of the street if I wanted to. Over here, then I would be on public property. That'd be interesting. I was thinking over here in the parking lot, but I'm not enthused about it. Storage with no fence around it. Storage with no security. That's interesting. Well, yeah, I would be more inclined to park on the side of the road here since, oh man, somebody's being carted off to ambulance. I thought they were just kind of parked there recreationally.